Ever wondered why Stoics seem so unshakable? It's because they follow rules that most people find confusing. But these rules are the key to their strength. They're like the Navy SEALs of mental toughness. It's not about being emotionless robots. It's about facing reality head-on and not getting bogged down by things you can't control. Today we're diving into 5 harsh rules Stoics live by that confuse everyone. Every man must understand these to truly grasp the essence of Stoicism. We're talking about ancient wisdom that can help you navigate the chaos of the modern world. These are the tools to build an ironclad mind. So buckle up, because we're about to explore some intense concepts that could change the way you see the world. All right, let's dive into this whole focus on what you can control thing. It sounds simple, right? But this is where most people trip up. We get anxious about the future, dwell on the past, things we have absolutely zero power over. Stoics, man, they're all about focusing that energy on what you can actually influence. Think of it like this. You're a ship captain, right? You can control your ship, your crew, your course. You can't control the weather, though. You might get hit with a storm, no way around it. Now, most people, they'd be freaking out, stressing about the storm. But a stoic captain, he's focused on what he can control. He's making sure his ship is secure, his crew is prepared. See, the Stoics, they understood that life throws curveballs. You lose your job, your relationship falls apart, whatever, it's going to happen. The key is not wasting energy on wishing it didn't happen. Instead, you adapt, you adjust your sails, you focus on navigating the storm the best way you can. This doesn't mean you become passive, just accepting whatever life throws at you. It's about choosing where you direct your energy. Focus on your actions, your thoughts, your responses to the world around you. It's like training in martial arts. You can't control if someone attacks you or not, but you can control how prepared you are if they do. You train your body, you sharpen your mind so you're ready to respond effectively no matter what comes your way. It's the same with life, man. Focus on what you can control, your effort, your attitude, your reactions. That's where your power lies. Let go of the rest. This is how you build true resilience. It's not about avoiding challenges, it's about facing them head-on with a clear mind and a focused spirit. And that, my friends, is a superpower in this crazy world we live in. All right, now let's get really uncomfortable. Because this next Stoic rule, it's a tough one to swallow. Embrace discomfort. Yeah, you heard me right. We live in a world obsessed with comfort, with avoiding pain at all costs. But the Stoics, they saw things differently. They understood that growth, real growth, happens outside of your comfort zone. Think about it like working out. You lift weights, your muscles tear, it hurts, right? But that pain is essential for growth. That's how you build strength. Same goes for your mind. If you're constantly seeking comfort, avoiding anything that challenges you, your mind becomes weak. It's like a muscle that never gets used. It atrophies. The Stoics, they weren't into that. They actively sought out discomfort. They'd take cold showers, sleep on the floor, fast for days. Now, I'm not saying you got to go full-on Spartan warrior here, but the principle remains the same. Challenge yourself. Step outside of your comfort zone, even in small ways. Take on a new skill, have that difficult conversation you've been avoiding. Push yourself physically and mentally, because here's the thing. The more you embrace discomfort, the less power it has over you. You develop a tolerance for it. You realize that discomfort is temporary, it's a part of life. And on the other side of that discomfort, that's where you find growth, resilience, and a whole lot of mental toughness. It's like that saying, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. The Stoics, they were all about putting that to the test. They understood that true strength comes from facing your fears, your weaknesses, and coming out the other side. So yeah, embrace the suck. It's not always going to be fun, but I'm telling you, the rewards are worth it. All right, this next Stoic rule, this one throws people off. It's called negative visualization. Now, before you click away, hear me out. It's not about being a pessimist. It's about being prepared. See, we humans, we tend to get attached to things. Our possessions, our relationships, our routines. And that attachment, it makes us vulnerable, because what happens when those things are taken away? We freak out, we spiral. The Stoics, they wanted to be prepared for the inevitable curveballs life throws. So they practiced negative visualization. They'd imagine losing their job, their loved ones, their health. Now they weren't doing this to torture themselves. They were doing it to prepare themselves mentally and emotionally for the possibility of loss. By visualizing the worst-case scenario, they could make peace with it. They could develop a plan for how they'd handle it if it ever happened. It's like a pre-mortem for your life. It's not about dwelling on the negative, it's about acknowledging that bad things can happen. And by acknowledging that, by visualizing it, you take away its power. You're not caught off guard, you're not blindsided. It's like training for a fight. You don't just practice your offense, you practice your defense. You visualize your opponent's moves, you prepare for every possible scenario. That's what negative visualization is all about. It's about being mentally and emotionally prepared for whatever life throws your way. Because here's the thing, when you're prepared for the worst, the present moment becomes a lot more enjoyable. You appreciate what you have even more because you know it's not guaranteed. So yeah, negative visualization might sound counterintuitive, but it's a powerful tool for building resilience and mental fortitude. All right, let's talk about nature. No, I'm not talking about hugging trees, although there's nothing wrong with that. I'm talking about living in accordance with nature, a key principle in Stoicism. The Stoics, they believed that the universe operates according to reason and natural law. And to live a good life, you had to align yourself with that natural order. It's about accepting what you can't control, understanding that everything is connected and living in harmony with the world around you. Think of it like this. You can't force a river to flow uphill, right? It's going to flow downhill. That's its natural course. Same goes for life. There are certain laws, certain principles that govern how things work. Trying to fight against them, it's like swimming upstream. It's exhausting and ultimately futile. Now, living in accordance with nature doesn't mean you just become passive and accept everything that happens. It's about understanding the natural order of things and working within that framework. It's about accepting what you can't control and focusing your energy on what you can. It's about understanding that everything is connected, that our actions have consequences, and that we're all part of something much bigger than ourselves. It's about living with a sense of purpose and meaning, knowing that you're playing your part in the grand scheme of things. So yeah, take some time to connect with nature, observe the cycles of life and death, the ebb and flow of the tides, the changing seasons. There's a wisdom in nature, a rhythm and a flow that can teach us a lot about how to live our lives. All right, let's talk about self-discipline. This is where the rubber meets the road, folks, because all this Stoic wisdom, all these principles, they mean nothing if you don't have the self-discipline to put them into practice. See, the Stoics, they understood that true freedom doesn't come from doing whatever you want, whenever you want. True freedom comes from mastering yourself. It's about having control over your impulses, your desires, your reactions. Think about it like this. If you're a slave to your emotions, if you're constantly reacting to every little thing that triggers you, are you really free, or are you a slave to your own mind? The Stoics, they believed that self-discipline was the key to unlocking true freedom. Because when you can master yourself, when you can control your thoughts, your emotions, your actions, you become unstoppable. Now, self-discipline, it's not about being a robot, about suppressing all your emotions. It's about channeling them, about directing them in a way that serves you. It's about delaying gratification, about making choices that are in your long-term best interest, even when they're difficult. It's like training for a marathon. It's not always going to be fun. There are going to be days when you don't feel like getting out of bed, when you want to quit. But you push through the discomfort. You stay disciplined because you know the rewards are worth it. And that's the thing about self-discipline. It compounds. The more you practice it, the easier it gets. You build momentum. You develop a resilience, a mental toughness that spills over into every area of your life. So yeah, self-discipline, it's not the sexiest Stoic principle, but it's the foundation upon which everything else is built. These 5 rules may seem harsh, but they are the foundation of Stoic strength and wisdom. By understanding and applying them, you can navigate life's challenges with greater ease and resilience. Remember, it's not about becoming an emotionless robot. It's about facing reality head-on, focusing on what you can control, and developing an unbreakable mind. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more insights into Stoic philosophy and other life-changing ideas. We're diving deep into the heart of what it means to be truly alive, to face your fears, and to live a life of purpose and meaning. Stay tuned, because we've got a lot more to explore.